Welcome back to PEARLtvsc. I'm Natalie. We are all local all the time, and we're constantly looking for nonprofits, local musicians, great restaurants, and with this interview, we have all three combined. So we are really, really happy to welcome Chad, Robert, and Kimberly. Hi, guys.
Hi.
We're talking today about a really awesome event. It sounds like it's the second annual H.O.P.E 5K. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. And it's going to be with the kickoff party at Bohemian Bull. So Chad, I'd love to start with you. For those that aren't familiar with where you're located and kind of what you guys are about, tell us about Bohemian Bull.
Sure, absolutely. We are located on James Island. Our address is 1531 Folly Road. A good landmark is about 4 miles from Folly Beach on your right-hand side if you're heading to the beach.
In or out, right?
Yep. We are a craft beer and burger restaurant primarily. And one of our big focuses is to always be giving back to the communities that we work and live in. And so we really like to focus on having events at our space that help with nonprofits. And this year we asked our staff what some events and some nonprofits that were important to them. And our sous chef is really into horses. And so she was asking if we could kind of get in contact with these guys. And we got in contact with Kimberly and connected and kind of made it happen from there.
Wonderful. And Kimberly, tell us about Hope Acres. What are you guys about?
Sure. So the rescue was started by Tracy Sawyer and her mom about 10 years ago. Our mission basically is to rescue abandoned, abused, neglected horses. We get them healthy in spirit and in body, and we try to find them good new homes and families that'll love them and keep them. Over those 10 years, we've rescued about 83 horses.
Wow.
Right now we have about 17 on our land, and we just bought some new property. We're getting ready to move out to Bono. So this fundraiser is to help us build a barn and to get that land set up and get our horses into a place where we don't have to move them anymore.
Such an awesome mission. And I know horses can also be therapeutic and also give back, probably once they're healed as well. So this event is the second annual, and it's a little bit different this year, I understand.
Yes, last year was our first one. We had it in person out at Mullet Hall, and it was fantastic. And this year, due to COVID, obviously, we've had to change up a little bit. So we've gone all virtual this year, which has been fantastic. We've gone from about 2 sponsors last year to I think there was 9 or so this morning when I counted. We've got about 121 people signed up so far. There's shirts, swag bags. There's going to be a silent auction, a raffle, just a lot of fun stuff and a good time at the kickoff party here at Bohemian Bull.
And how do people sign up? Can they just show up? Can they come to the kickoff party but not do the other piece? And I know some of the profits, Chad, right, are going back that day?
Absolutely. Yep, we'll be donating a percentage of sales, and it is open to the public. Anybody's welcome to come. They don't have to sign up for the race. I'm sure there's a lot of non-runners out there that still like
beer.
So
Absolutely.
The more the merrier.
Absolutely. And what else are you going to have going on? I understand you're going to have an okay band, a really good band. Robert, tell us about your band.
I guess we're the okay band. No, I'm Robert with the Bryan Roberts band, and they contacted us and asked us if we would be willing to come out here and do this event. And we're real big on charities. We've done a few last year, and we're going to do a few this year. And it really just anything we can do to help out the community, kind of like Chad said. It's kind of one of our things. It's for the band, and not only does it help out for great causes, it helps us out as well. So.
Right. And, we, as I said, we like to feature especially local musicians and local talent. So tell us just quickly about your band. Are you for hire? Where do you usually play?
Yeah, so we played all around. We played from Myrtle Beach all the way up to Columbia, all the way down to Savannah. It's the Bryan Roberts Band online. You can find us on YouTube or on Facebook mainly is where we kind of do our thing, I guess.
Wonderful.
And we've been together for a year now. And honestly, we're way further ahead than I thought we would, so that's a really good thing.
Especially with COVID, yeah.
There's been a lot of support for us. We do everything from we do Bruce Springsteen to Tom Petty all the way to Leonard Skinner, so there's something for everybody.
Good party music.
really brand ourselves as a country band or as a Southern rock or anything like that. So
Okay, wonderful.
people just enjoy great music.
Well, you guys, I mean, again, thank you for being with us today. We hope we can get the word out about this cool event on March 6th, H.O.P.E 5K. Of course, we want everyone to sign up for this virtual 5K. You have a week to complete it, you said, right, Kimberly? I'm going to need a week to complete a 5K.
There's still room to sign up. They can run wherever they are. Go to our website, hopeacresrescue.org, and it's all right there, all the information, everything they need, or on runsignup.com.
Okay, perfect. And thanks for joining us. Thank you to our viewers, PEARLtvsc. Please support local businesses, local bands, local charities, and get out to Bohemian Bull and have a burger and a beer this weekend.
We'd love to see everybody.
Awesome.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Okay, the first pair and probably the most worn in my wardrobe are the Topshop straight leg jeans. These are a very comfortable go-to throw-on pair of jeans. I have them in a length 30 just so it's a little bit cropped. For reference, I'm 5'6". Most Topshop jeans are a little bit stretchy, so they have a little bit of give in them. So it's definitely quite versatile, especially if you want to tuck in your jumpers or if you have a little bit of a food baby that day. I think this style really streamlines your legs and makes them look really long and tall, and I just really love the colour of this. It's just so versatile and definitely a piece that I'm going to be wearing a lot. Another pair of Topshop straight jeans, but this time this has a raw hem. I really love that distressed look that it has, and the leg on this is a little bit longer, so in winter your ankles are pretty safe and toasty. This wash is a little bit darker than the jeans that I just showed, and I really like that vintage look that it has. It just looks really casual and really laid back. Again, I feel like this style really elongates your legs. I think it's just a classic jean, and also it's stretchy again, so it has a little bit of give on them and it does run true to size. I feel like everyone needs a pair of simple black jeans. I'm definitely not a fan of skinny leg jeans on myself. I prefer a slim leg. I think they look a little bit more flattering and just look a little bit better around the ankle and calves on me. I have slightly chunkier calves, so I like something to keep it quite slim and streamlined. This is a very comfortable pair of jeans because it is very stretchy, so you can definitely get away with going a size down. It's definitely got a little bit of room to give, and it has a slight kick flare at the bottom, which I really love. I think it just makes it look a little bit different to the regular pair of black jeans. I definitely don't believe that white jeans are restricted to summer. I really love to wear winter whites, and this pair is from Arquette. Again, a straight leg jean. This one is definitely a lot more relaxed than the previous jeans. I would really recommend testing out the Arquette jeans in store just because the sizing is a little bit difficult. You need to try it on so you know which size is right for you. I'm normally a 26, but in this I'm a 27. There's definitely no room to give on these jeans, but saying that, the 27 is just slightly baggier, but it means that I have a little bit more room to eat. My favourite thing about this jean is that it's not a pure white, it's just a nice creamy off-white, which I think looks really flattering and really complements different tones, just very complimentary for my wardrobe. Next up is a pair of turnip jeans, or as I like to call them, my alternative pair of jeans. Kind of the jeans that I want to throw on when I want something a little bit different. This pair is definitely like Marmite. It's not for everyone. I have a lot of mixed feelings about them from other people, but I really love them. I really love the dark wash of them. I think they look so great in winter with darker pieces. It just looks very vintage and very cool and very relaxed. I also really love the contrast white stitching. I think that's probably one of my favourite things about these jeans. It just makes it a little bit more distinct and a little bit unique. Again, this pair is stretchy, so it's very comfortable to wear all day. I don't know about you guys, but I find some jeans quite uncomfortable to wear throughout the day, but these Topshop jeans are really comfortable and I find that I can wear them all day long without any discomfort. Which brings me to my last pair of jeans. This is probably the slimmest pair of jeans that I have in my collection. It's the Autumn jeans. It's again very stretchy, so it has a lot of room to give. I really love how slim it is. I think it looks great with just some Chelsea boots and a really casual outfit. The wash on this is definitely quite a cool blue, quite vintage. I really love the colour of these jeans. It almost has that acid wash to them. This is probably one of the newest pair of jeans in my Topshop collection, but also something that I think is going to be quite a staple. I think they're so flattering, and I really just love how stretchy they are. All these jeans make me feel so comfortable, and I think that's the most important thing when it comes to dressing yourself every day is comfort.
What sets Resistol apart is the legacy of generations of cowboys who wear the brand. It's passed down from fathers to their sons. It's one of the oldest brands in the business.
We are a completely vertical company. We are made 100% in Texas. Our raw body factory is in Longview, Texas. Our finishing factory is here in Garland.
Every hat that comes through our factory gets the same amount of attention, whether it's going to be worn on a working ranch cowboy or a guy that's going out on Saturday night.
Your core lifestyle cowboy is an extremely loyal Resistol customer. If you go to a rodeo today, all of the guys that are on the arena floor down in the dirt, those are Resistol customers.
If you're outside the cowboy world, you still want to be recognized as having the brand that the cowboys are going to wear. Those guys recognize as Resistol as being the brand to own. So we've been in Texas since 1927. A lot of history here, a lot of great hat makers have gone through this facility.
One of the most interesting things about our factory are how many hands actually touch one hat from start to finish. And they all have such a high level of integrity and focus so much on craftsmanship.
We purchase fur, rabbit fur, beaver fur, minks, sables. By doing that, we control the process.
We mix it and blend it in our own proprietary recipes. The fur mixture of the rabbit beaver fur. We weigh out exactly how many ounces of fur we need.
The process of felting, when we blow all those fibers, those strands of fur to this cone that is spinning, and there's suction that pulls the fibers on there, we throw a hot chamois cloth around that once it's all stuck. Those fibers all connect and they fuse together.
The rabbit hair, your beaver hairs, those bond a lot better than your wool hat, which makes the felt a lot tighter.
The felting process tightens it up where it makes it virtually indestructible as a hat body. We run it through hot water, pressure rollers, custom dyeing, all the way through to complete a very tightly felted hat body.
At each one of those stations that those machines are taking care of a process, there's a person there that is multi-talented in what they're looking for. If it's not where it should be, it goes back on the machine.
From there, we start making the hats as ordered by our customers, one at a time. We'll block the hat in to give the crown an initial shape and set the brim. And then from there we'll run it through a finishing and sanding process, which brings up that feel and that luxurious touch that is characteristic of all Resistol smooth and suede finish hats. We shape the crown, we shape the brim, and then in the trim department we'll sew a leather sweat, we'll put a satin lining, we'll do a custom hat band. We finish the hat off, we clean it, it's inspected multiple times. It goes straight into its own Resistol box, where we'll ship it to every state in the United States and many countries abroad.
We make the highest quality product that money can buy. We, as many others, can purchase product today overseas at a lesser price than it costs us to manufacture it. However, the only way that we can be 100% assured we are giving you the quality that you want is if we do it ourselves.
The durability of our hats is based upon an X factor. The higher the X's means the more beaver fur that's actually blended into the body. The more X's, the better quality hat. The better quality hat, the more durable it's going to be.
There is a standard, and the standard started with Resistol. Our 4X hats are 100% pure fur hats. Most other hat companies are a very small percentage of fur. Most of those hats are 95% wool, 5% fur.
I have always worn a Resistol hat. even before I started working for the company. And then my reason being is just because they were always the best. I feel like if you're gonna buy something, you need to buy something that you're getting your money's worth.
I take a lot of pride in our brands that are made in USA. It's nice to work for a company who makes cowboy hats in Texas, and we understand the need and the quality and the expectations that our consumers have.
We're not just a company that manufactures and here's our product and we want you to buy it. We are a company that is part of the community, part of the industry, and part of the lifestyle.
Just because something's functional doesn't mean it can't be beautiful, right? See what I mean?
The legends of the Wild West are as much a part of Denver, Colorado as the surrounding Rocky Mountains. So it makes sense that the Johnson & Held Belt Buckle Company, the premier Western-themed belt buckle makers, craft their one-of-a-kind products here. For 30 years, the craftsmen at Johnson & Held have each lent their particular skill to the process. Each posse member is critical. I'm starting out with master buckle craftsman Ted Alsop, who's going to show me how he starts one of their best-selling buckles called End of the Trail. The design is an homage to famous sculptor James Earl Fraser's piece of the same name.
Why belt buckles for you?
I used to be a carpenter. As a carpenter, you learn to use a jigsaw, and this right here is just one step up from it.
I noticed there's an Old West theme, a kind of a Native American thing within the belt buckles. Why did you go that route?
That's what people wanted.
That's just what people... Hey, that's a good reason, right?
Yeah.
So you start with a pattern, right?
Yes.
How long have you been doing this, Ted?
Oh, for around 30 years.
Using his saw, Ted cuts the center design out of a material called jeweler's bronze, which is very similar to brass. He applies beeswax along the way to make the saw easier to turn. Then he cuts the nickel outline.
And that's some intricate handwork there, Ted.
I'm moving on to the next posse member, Bob Pfeiffer. He's a nuts and bolts guy. He starts by welding the nickel design to another piece of nickel that becomes the backing plate. The welds have to be 1/4 inch apart all the way around the buckle.
What if you mess up and don't get it 1/4 inch?
Well, hopefully, Ted doesn't have to recut it.
Then we move to a different machine that shapes the buckle.
This is the bender, and what we're going to be doing is taking this and put a curve in it for the buckle.
Okay.
And loud noises coming. And we have a curve.
Next, the prong and the loop are welded onto the back of the buckle. The brass piece that goes in the middle is also welded into place. Now it's on to design, a Johnson & Held specialty. Lyda Oliver uses Kingman turquoise to bring the buckle to life.
So you're painting with stone, basically.
Yeah.
These are like little rows of turquoise.
They come in big blocks, and then we cut them into slabs
Okay.
and sticks.
And you're just putting a little bit of glue on that?
Just clip it, dip it, stick it in there.
And you're just kind of eyeballing that to see how much you have to cut?
It gets a little harder because, like with the moon, you have different shapes that you have to fit stuff into.
How do you do that?
Just practice.
You know, I hear that all the time.
Once the stones are in, Lyda locks them into place by pouring liquid plastic? Huh?
First, I put the tape on to make like a dam to hold the plastic in. And then I put my plastic and catalyst in to harden the plastic. And then I try to dribble a little in at first to let it seep in between the stones. And then we just fill it up to where it's high enough to cover everything. So when it's ground down, there's no low spots. And then I put it in the cabinet.
The cabinet is heated with a 200-watt light bulb. The plastic stays in overnight to harden. While we're waiting, I head over to Bronson Enrico. He does a different kind of buckle painting.
Okay, so you have a lot of different colors that you're working with here, and just glue and sand, that's it?
That's it.
He uses uses a regular piece of paper to press the sand tightly into the glue. He continues adding multiple layers of sand and colors until
this will look like this.
And no two are alike, which is why these buckles can command $200 to $300 per buckle. Our end of the trail belt buckle is done hardening. The plastic is removed at the grinder, using finer and finer grit sandpaper to reveal the turquoise pattern now locked in place. Finally, engraver Thomas Perez gives the buckle its own detail.
They make tools for gold and silver, but that's soft metal. This is a lot harder metal.
So you're telling me that you made these?
Yeah, you have to make them. They don't sell them. No.
Oh, wow. Right here, you're making the feathers?
Right. And what I do is what I call a slide. You just go back and forth, like.
Oh, yeah.
After the engraving, all that's left is a final buff. And
here it is, end of the trail with Moon. And it's the end of my day with all of these amazing people.